Welcome to Time Travelling with Tully. Today we are scoping out the New England Colonies. There was fear, fighting, dissent, and even witch trials. Let's fire up the time travel ship and begin the adventure. The quest for religious freedom, from the Pilgrims to Puritan New England. Pilgrims and their quest for freedom. The story begins with the Pilgrims, also known as English separatists. Disillusioned with the Church of England's corruption, these devout Christians sought purity in worship and believed that the Church had become too Roman Catholic in its practices. Their thirst for religious freedom initially took them to Leiden, Netherlands. However, the fear of cultural assimilation and the desire for a place where they could practice their faith without compromise pushed them to embark on a perilous voyage aboard the Mayflower in 1620. But America wasn't just a land of opportunity, it was a land of challenges. The harsh winters, disease, and scarcity of resources proved too much for many of the Pilgrims. More than half perished in the early months. It was the assistance from the indigenous Wampanoag people, especially Squanto, that changed their fate. These native tribes taught the Pilgrims farming techniques which led to the first successful harvest, and, eventually, the iconic feast known today as Thanksgiving. Puritans and the Massachusetts Bay Colony. While the Pilgrims sought separation from the Church, the Puritans aimed to purify it. However, their criticism of the Church led to increasing persecution in England. In pursuit of religious freedom and economic opportunities, they ventured to the New World, establishing the Massachusetts Bay Colony in 1630. Under the leadership of John Winthrop, they hoped to create a city upon a hill, a beacon of piety and righteousness. But with piety came rigidity. Sundays were solemnly reserved for church, and the colony's strict moral codes were enforced. This rigidity led to tensions and the eventual banishment of dissenters like Anne Hutchinson and Roger Williams, who then laid the foundations for Rhode Island. Disagreements and dissenters. While the Puritans aimed for a theocratic utopia, their stringent beliefs led to internal strife. Roger Williams' push for the separation of church and state, and Anne Hutchinson's challenge to the male-dominated religious order, were seen as threats to the colony's stability. Yet, their dissent and the colonies they established, like Rhode Island and Connecticut, championed the ideals of religious freedom and democratic governance, cornerstones of the American ethos. The Salem Witch Trials, a dark chapter. In the backdrop of religious fervor and strict moral codes, superstition found fertile ground. The late 17th century saw the infamous Salem Witch Trials, where fear, suspicion, and mass hysteria led to the execution of 20 people. It remains a somber reminder of the dangers of extremism and the importance of due process. Building New England's economy. Amidst the religious upheavals, New England's economy was taking shape. The rocky terrain may have been ill-suited for extensive farming, but the Say offered abundant resources. Fishing, especially cod, and shipbuilding became staple industries. The vast forests led to a booming timber trade, and the emergence of craftsmen played a crucial role in establishing trade networks. From the apprentices learning their trades to ships setting sail from bustling ports, New England was steadily establishing itself as a vital economic hub, laying the groundwork for its significant role in global commerce. In the tapestry of early American history, the intertwined narratives of religious quests, economic pursuits, and cultural interactions paint a picture of a nascent nation built on the ideals of freedom, democracy, and perseverance. Until next time, stay inquisitive and be happy. Remember, if you aren't having fun, you aren't doing it right. See you next time, travelers, when we learn more exciting history on Time Travelling with Tully.